Hi, it's Amanda here with Precision Canine Training. Today I want to speak to you about engagement. So I have recently become a puppy owner. Tomorrow's going to be a week, and I have definitely learned some of what my clients are going through with puppy training. So I found that the thing that's going to be the most important is the engagement. So engagement is when your dog looks at you, whether it's if they're distracted or you're just wanting to get their attention in any reason at all. You want them to look up at you and then reward the behavior. So when I start engagement, I'm going to usually say their name. You can say look, you can say watch me, it's whatever you prefer. I find the name the easiest because we're going to obviously be calling them all the time. So this is June. She's a 11-week-old Belgian Malinois. And when we start engagement, if I'm doing a new puppy class or even a basic class for someone who hasn't had any prior training, I'm going to get the dog's attention. June. Now June has only had a light breakfast this morning, so it's important to have the food drive there as well. June. So I'm going to show her the food, bring it to my face. Yes, and I'm going to reward. Now my marker is going to be yes. June. So I'm saying her name. I'm going to bring it up to my face. Yes. Good girl. Yes. So right there I was marking good because she's looking at me. Good girl. And then I marked yes, and that's when the food comes out. You want to make sure if you're going to be saying yes and having food, you need to always have it there when you use that word. Yes. Drop in some. So once she has the name June, yes, then I don't have to bring the food to her face. She's already engaged with me now. Now we're going to start working. So whenever you want to start doing sits and downs and place work and all that, you should always start your session with engagement to make sure your dog is prepared to start training. June, yes. So once June has it by looking at me with my hands in front, I'm going to start having the food in my hands. June, I'm going to bring them off to the sides. Yes. So she looked right up at me. Instead of staring at this hand or this hand, good girl, good. Yes. So that time I got a nice long stare, so I just added a few goods in there, and then I rewarded with a yes. So I'm going to bring the food off. Yes. Good girl. Yes. So I'm not having to say her name right now, but maybe in a situation where she might get distracted by a noise, that's where I want to definitely make sure that that name recognition is going to mean look at me. June. Yes. So she's not even looking at the food now, but we've been working on this for a while. So last night I started something different with engagement, and that is the toy. Now the toy is something some might have a problem with. You bring a ball out and then no longer your dog is looking at you anymore. This is where you have to work on engagement using the toy as the reward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with June. Good girl. Good girl. She loves her little fox toy. Good girl. So I've been working on her letting it go, which I use food again. I put it in front of her nose. Here. Out. And then I reward her for letting go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have the toy in my hand. I'm going to bring it to the side. June. Yes. So see, she looked at me. She got the toy as the reward now. So now they're knowing that, okay, if I can't go and look at that ball or get that ball, I'll just look at them and then I can have it. So that's where we need to start working on distraction with toys. So once you work on this daily, a couple weeks at a time, then you're going to start noticing that when there's distractions out in the world, maybe a squirrel or a rabbit or another dog or human, you can start June or saying your dog's name or look, watch me. And when your dog looks at you, you should have some kind of reward at hand, whether it be a toy, food, petting, or anything that they like. That way that you're going to be a little more successful when you're in puppy class or in your basic or intermediate classes. Good girl. So I'm going to play with her a little, show her the food. Out. Yes. Good girl. Get the food. Oh, she lost it. That's all right. I'm gonna bring it over here. June. Yes, and she gets it back. Good girl. Good girl. All right, well, that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you can go home and work on this daily so that when you start training your dog and distractions come into play, they're going to be more engaged with you and ready to work. Have a good day.